YouTube. Once again, it's Kennard Vernon Stewart here for the podcast. Want to give a big shout out to the Auburn fans out there. Definitely appreciate everybody who supports the channel. The channel is growing by leaps and bounds. Definitely appreciate all of the support. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle. All right, so this past weekend really saw a huge surge in recruiting after somewhat of a drought. It's been a few weeks since Auburn has announced any type of recruiting progress. As a matter of fact, I did a video just the other day stating that Auburn's wide receiver situation here in this 2021 recruiting class has been pretty scarce, because a lot of the known elite wide receivers have been taken, and Auburn really doesn't have any targets to amount to anything, of significance. So Auburn might be in a little bit of trouble as far as wide receivers in this particular recruiting class. Make no mistake about it. And also, you got to look at this thing from a retention standpoint. Auburn doesn't particularly recruit well in the state of Alabama. And guess what? 2 of their top recruits are from the state of Alabama. High-end recruits, Lee Hunter and Armani Goodwin. Armani Goodwin seems to be being heavily pursued by LSU. Lee Hunter, of course, Alabama's going to be knocking on the door for the Blount High School, 8 Mile, Alabama residents, the highest rated recruit in this particular recruiting class. Another thing that you will also note, and this shows that it's some blue collar action going on with the Auburn recruiting staff. They're definitely taking their show on the road. After Lee Hunter and Armani Goodwin, there are no other recruits from the state of Alabama. As a matter of fact, they're having to travel at least 2 to 3 hours for the typical recruit, which is why this one is a real interesting one for the Tigers. Defensive end Tobechi Okoli. So Auburn was able to snag this recruit who's being coveted by the likes of Oklahoma, Nebraska, schools like that, pretty decent Power 5 schools. Also, Auburn was able to snag this guy in their backyard for now, okay? There are a lot of variables here. Also, another SEC school that has recruited this particular defensive end is Arkansas. Georgia even made an offer. Okay, pretty interesting. Kentucky with an offer. Michigan with an offer. Minnesota. Tennessee. So this is a guy that's not going unnoticed. A really interesting part of his recruitment is the fact that he's only participated in what they call in Missouri 11-man football for 1 year. Now, I'm here to tell you guys, if this is your very first year playing and you're attracting some of the elites as far as college football goes, as far as Power 5 teams go, then your upside is going to be phenomenal. I think this is a good move by the Tigers. Looking at Okoli on film, I think he's got great size. He holds his 250 pounds well. Now, we already know that probably he's going to wind up in the 280, 290-ish range, but I really don't think he needs to get any much bigger than that. But because he's he's a tall guy, and has a lean frame. Okay, so he's not going to be able to hold too much more than 280 or so without becoming somewhat immobile. Okay, I really like his first step. I like his pursuit to the football. I think he could be a really good buck linebacker for the Tigers. I don't see him doing too much interior. I just don't think his frame is going to allow it for too many snaps. But, when we look at recruits like this, don't let the 86 percentage kind of catch you off guard here. Because a lot of our rate followers will say, oh, man, this ain't nothing but a 3-star recruit. But I want you to dig into why he's a 3-star recruit. Because he hasn't been playing football that long. The fact that he's even has a star says a lot, because there are a lot of people who play football for 1 year and quit because they, for lack of a better way of putting it, they suck. So Auburn has a lot of upside to this particular recruit that could probably turn out big. This recruiting move boosted Auburn to the number 28 rating. There is another recruit out there that we're going to talk about that Auburn has signed on another video. That recruit will probably get Auburn to like the 22, 21 range. So really excited about recruits like this. This is a very, very creative, very blue collar in nature. They went to go find this guy out of Kansas City, Missouri. Participates in the Class 4 in Kansas City, Missouri, in the state of Missouri. And I kind of dug it up. Missouri is going to play, or at least is planning to play football this year. So he actually has an opportunity to get his stock up. There's a lot of players that I see out there in this 2021 recruiting class who are starting out as lower end 4-star, 3-star recruits that are moving up in the ranks because of that will move up in the ranks because of their performance this fall. All right, guys, that's my time for now. Really appreciative to the Auburn fan base and a lot of the other SEC schools that stop by from time to time, and Power 5 in general. Go ahead and like this video, comment. Please leave your comments, share the video. I like for YouTube to kind of throw my stuff out there, so when y'all share it and like it and leave a lot of comments, it brings a lot of traction. And it also brings a lot of information to the channel, to where we can share ideas so we can present this thing on YouTube. I'm Kennard Vernon Stewart again, your Auburn enthusiast, analyst, and alumnus. Once again, War Eagle to all of you all out there. Take care.